What's up, guys? It's a bow tie man here. Yeah, I'm not wearing a bow tie, and I'm in a weird room with some weird lighting because I'm actually on a trip to train in Savannah, Georgia. So I figured I'd get the video of the week and the review of the week out and work on it while I have some time during my trip. So today we're going to review this awesome robot called Root. And here is the promo video to go with it.
Your child may have what it takes to become the next great digital visionary. You just have to allow it to take root. Coding shouldn't be something just computer scientists do. It should be something everyone can do. And Root makes that possible. It starts with a language so simple that a young child can use it even before they know how to read. If this, then that. At first, coding with Root might look like simple blocks, but this coding is very real. Root engages the part of a child's brain that thinks analytically and unleashes the creativity within. Root can be used on just about any surface, making it a great platform to create all kinds of challenges and games with friends. It's easy for coding to feel abstract, but Root teaches computer programming in a new way, making coding a real-time and interactive experience. Kids think of things they want to do and push themselves to that next level to see what they've imagined come to life. Or they can explore other people's programs from around the world and make them their own. When coding with Root, the only real limit is curiosity. Root is the only robot of its kind that offers this many learning opportunities. This makes the journey from simple blocks to full-text coding languages intuitive. Makers and researchers can have some fun too, by adding 3D printed parts and other accessories. With Root, it's not about having one experience, it's about making experiences. Root is the best way for anyone to fall in love with coding. Where they go from there is completely up to them.
So what is Root? Root is a little tiny Roomba-like robot that you can use to help teach kids how to code. And it codes all the way from pre-reader all the way up through text coding with Java, Swift, and Python. Now, as a preface to this, I don't actually have one. I have played with it a little bit at FETC, and I'm supposed to be getting one soon, but I really, really like this robot. And so some of the advantages I saw it. One, its coding UI is really simple. It starts with a arrow-based coding that you can do for pre-readers, and then it moves into a block-based coding that you can do for kind of your elementary, middle school, and then it moves into full-on text coding. And the kids can actually see the commands in a box on the side, which I think is a really good way to do an app instead of having to click into a menu because that confuses the kids. And then there's a little wheel down at the bottom where they can switch between levels. Now, level 1 is kind of that pre-reader coding. Level 2 is that block coding, and level 3 is that text coding, and they can see the difference between them. Like the UI experience on the app was something that was so simple, but I think it's so needed when we look at coding because some of the other apps that you can code robots or code just in general, the user experience on them is really iffy at best. But this one, it's really simple and really easy for the kids to get to. Another cool feature is Root actually climbs walls. So it's magnetic and it can climb up walls based on that magnetic attachment. But what this can do is you can do like huge murals on whiteboards. I know for us at iTeach, we're getting a maker bus. And one of the things on the maker bus, I'm pretty sure, is to have a whiteboard on the side of it. And we may use some of these Root robots to do murals on the side as a maker activity. I think that's awesome. And so when you're drawing, you can do geometric shapes. It has color sensors in it. So like an Ozobot, this thing actually follows lines based on the color that you draw. I think it has a lot more higher ceiling to an Ozobot because there's a lot more I can do with it. I can attach stuff to it. I can draw on the top. I can use it to draw geometric shapes. There's just a whole bunch I can do with it. I also like the fact that the top of the thing is a whiteboard. So that brings creativity to it. The kids can decorate this thing any way that they want. And then the shape of it, I think, is a really good thing. Oh, before we get to the shape. there's a little hole in the middle that you can actually put a marker in, and it can be any type of marker, so that you can do geometric shapes, you can code art, like there's all kinds of ways to use that. But the shape of the actual device itself, I think, is a really good thing because it lends itself to building stuff for it. I think when you look at some of the coding robots today, so one of the problems with some of them is that there's not a lot I can build with it to go with it because of the actual shape of the device. The device prevents that. Root, actually, because it's that flat surface, makes it super easy. So I could build a chariot for Root. I could attach all kinds of stuff to it. I think my overall ed take on this, I haven't put one hands-on yet, but everything I've seen of it and all I've talked to their team, this is my favorite coding robot. I think it's the most complete. I think it's got the most features. I think it has the highest ceiling. I think the user experience, to which to me, as I teach kids how to code on some of these apps, has become more and more important, is the simplest and easiest to use. So if you're looking at coding robots, I might wait a bit, and I might wait for Root, because Root is supposed to be released full on here at the start of the summer.